Hello, my name is Trevor Lewis, and this is another video from the Voyager Middle School STEAM Lab. This is going to be a video that's an introduction to a new online CAD program called xDesign by Dassault Systems. So it's like SolidWorks online, but it's not quite SolidWorks. And there's some key differences that are enough to throw me off. There's not a lot of videos out there right now, but since we're doing distance learning right now, it's going to be a good option for my students. So let's have a look. So I've created a student dashboard here. So my students should have access to this dashboard. On the right hand side, you're going to have the 3D space, and I'm in a common space here, but each of my students has a space that I set up for them in the collaborative spaces where they can save their work. Over here we have xDesign. That's what I'm going to be doing a demonstration of. If you don't have this dashboard, you can get it by opening the dashboard menu over here. If you can't get this dashboard menu to open, it's because you have some other app open and you have to click a close box over here. But if I open up this dashboard menu, I can choose the student dashboard, and all of my students should have access to that. You're going to want to minimize it though, so you get your space back. So the way this works is, if I've got something in progress, I can open it up right here. I can see what I've got going on over here. But then if I was going to work in xDesign, what I would actually do is I'd probably push this button right here to maximize, move it over, so I just focus on xDesign. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to open a new component, and you want to make sure you have it saved to your save space. My students only have one option. I'm going to call this test object, and it's going to be saved in my common space. Everything's saved on the cloud. One of the things that's a little bit different about the cloud-based CAD is that I have to make sure that I close my object, especially if I'm sharing it with other people, because if I have it open, they can't open it and edit it. So it's important to close your object, because basically this CAD program is running off on the cloud someplace, not on my actual computer. So when I close my browser tab, it's still running. So if I haven't closed this, the model is still open. So if you're familiar with SolidWorks or some other CAD programs, this looks pretty familiar. Let me move my picture a little bit here. So over here we have sort of a history of the things that we've created. There's not much here yet. They've renamed these planes. So I've got the XY plane, the YZ plane, and the ZX plane. These are the planes right here. Those are the flat surfaces that I'm going to draw on. They're imaginary flat surfaces. Right now, if I zoom in or out, I can't really change very much because there's no object to zoom in or out of. I've also got this new view cube up here. I like the chair. You can switch that to something else, but I like the chair because it kind of shows you what's going on. And you can click and drag this. Well, at least I thought you could. I guess you could definitely click on it and it will switch to those orientations, but I thought I could click and drag it. The other way you orbit, which is like twist things around, is you can either right click the mouse or middle click the mouse. Both orbit. And zoom is a scroll on the mouse, but that's not going to do me any good until I draw something. So I'll wait until I draw something for that. The other type of moving around that you can do is pan, and the best way I've found to pan is hold down the control key and then middle click or right click and it'll pan, which means slide back and forth. You can also get all those controls under the view menu here. There's a lot more controls. So what I'm going to point out, or we're going to probably stick to these two tabs mostly, which is what we did in SolidWorks 2 mostly. The sketch is for anything that is a flat shape. The features is for anything that becomes three-dimensional. That's how I think about these two tabs. So we usually start with flat shapes and then we make them 3D. When we sketch, we have to sketch on one of these flat surfaces. Which flat surface do we want to sketch on? So I can select it from this menu over here. I can select it by clicking on it over here and then choosing the shape I want to draw. Or I can choose the shape first, and then it doesn't know where I want to sketch until I click the plane. Now it knows I want to sketch on that plane, and if I middle click here and move around, you can kind of see the plane that I'm drawing on. This is where I like to do things like click on the top of the chair over here, so I look at it straight down. So now I can draw something. I happen to choose to draw this. One of the things that you're going to have to learn about in CAD, usually I don't click and drag very much. It's click to start, click to finish. That gives me more control over how big things are. I've got some options here, and almost everything in SolidWorks was like this, but everything in xDesign is very similar. While I'm doing this stuff, it's never quite done until I hit that green check mark. I can always hit the red X and undo anything I had just been doing. So if I hit the green check mark, it locks it in and actually closes the sketch. The sketch is over here. To make changes to that sketch, I would need to double click it over here. But if I want to take that sketch, which is flat and not 3D printable, and make it something 3D, I can go to Features, and I've got some 3D making tools. And these are the tools that we're going to go over in class. But the extrude tool is pretty easy to understand. If I select this sketch, I can select it over here and then press extrude. It will just go straight up, and I get this window. I can move it over here. So I can actually click and drag this to make it go further. I can type in a number. I've got a whole bunch of different options here, but you can kind of get a preview of what it's going to look like. And if I hit the check mark, I make that object. So now I got a solid. Okay. And I've got some solid modifying tools over here too. Something like shell is a really easy one to just understand, right? You can just come in here and say, I want this to be 7 millimeters thick. And you get a little preview like that. I clicked on this top face, and that's the face I'm going to remove. And you've got different options here, like I said, but check mark gets it done. So now it's hollow. You can modify the edges by doing either a fillet or a chamfer. Let's do this is the fillet tool. So I'm going to do fillets, and I'm just going to start clicking on some edges here. And you get a little preview. If I zoom in, here's the zoom. So the zoom I always think is backwards in SolidWorks too. If I zoom the scroll wheel back towards me, I go inwards. So that looks like we're doing a fillet. You can see the radius is set to 11.3 for some reason, but if I could go like 15 and do a little bit more of a curve, and I can click on any of those edges that I want to fillet. It will move that fillet around. This is where I want to use that pan. I'm going to hold down Control. Just trying to get the fillet onto all of my corners here. And then check mark. There we go. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do. All sorts of stuff you can change. Yeah, let's do a fillet in there too. Why not? You can make stuff really quickly. So why don't you try out things? Make some stuff. If you want to poke a hole in something, click on a surface, draw the hole first. Let's draw a rectangle here. I can just draw it right on the side, and then I can go straight into Features and choose Extrude, and it's automatically going that way. If I want to go the other way, I can just click the reverse button, and if I want to, automatically it's going to add that as a shape. But if I want to cut instead a hole, I can choose Cut, check mark. So play around, see if you can make something that's an interesting shape. Press the Save button. It will save it to your common space or your space that I have set up for you. And don't forget to always click the Close button when you're done. If you want to get back to your 3D spaces, you can click this Restore button so you can see them both at the same time. That's it for right now, and we'll go from there to our next project, which is figuring out how to use Loft.